Dixon set to kick off.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Deuce Johnson, the ball carrier.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
55's my guy, 55.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Complete to
It'll
Duke
be a gain
Johnson.
of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Cook
On 3rd down, he'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
The Jets take over.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
New York.
George Kittle, 67 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And that'll set them back 5.
Graham
They'll try it again now after the 5-yard
point.
walk-off. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily.
7.
One play,
Chiefs, nothing.
long touchdown pass into the end zone.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20
Deontay
to about the
Johnson
22.
on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That fourth seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them up. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Nick Chubb,
it's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. A run for Nick Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up. Now Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
And going deep for Hill. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
The pass there over the middle to start things out. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Kansas City.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember last drive they went 3 and out.
Any day. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Get ready. Get ready. Go. Get ready.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson.
Duke Johnson,
they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 38, Minshew toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
3 down. 57. Mike, 57.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 62 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Bailey lining up for the point
and
after.
Nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Come on, man!
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm here all day.
They run. Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 26-yard line.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package.
4 yards.
Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
58's the mic.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
38-yard line.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory.
To George
so how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
The pass.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Mike's 57.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears the glove on his throwing hand or not, That ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Chubb. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
Nick Chubb, the ball
He'll get
carrier.
a nice chunk there on the first
He was
down
taken
run,
down
and it's
by
2nd
Reuben
and 4.
Foster.
He did have the touchdown
A
run
6-yard
earlier, but not a
pickup
heck of a lot
brings
more
up
than that
2nd
throughout
and
this game.
4.
No, not at
At
all.
the
In fact,
8-yard
I would
line.
say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go.
On the
Here we
carry,
go.
it's Chubb. And he's in.
Go.
Touchdown,
Nick
Jets.
Chubb on the carry.
Nick Chubb
Touchdown,
with
New
his
York.
2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets will extend their lead.
There it is.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah,
Graham
very
Gano
impressive the
on
way that
for
they
the
moved the
extra point.
football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
His kick is
They
good.
had the short field, and they
Makes
made
the
quick
score
work of it.
Jets 21.
Just 2 plays to get
Chiefs
into the
7.
end zone.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no
The Chiefs
effort to
take
bring
over
this one
first
out.
and
It's a
10.
touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Gardner Minshew. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball
Intended
flight,
for
and it
Terry
falls
McLaurin.
incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's now
Some of the
2nd and
fans
10
here
at the
don't seem too
25-yard
happy about
line.
what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all.
It is cold. I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Gardner Minshew, sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean,
Almost
you know
12.
me.
Brings up
Normally,
3rd
don't have a
down.
lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And that will be incomplete.
Minshew's
A lot of times
pass
it's that first read
intended
that you
for Duke
have. Maybe you
Johnson.
get it in pre-snap, and he
Incomplete.
locked in on his target,
It's
but he was
4th
covered
down.
quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's
Logan
Logan
Cook
Cook
in
now.
punt
As the
formation.
drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And now a fair catch called
Fair
for
catch
and
made
taken
at
just
the
outside the 40-yard
41-yard
line. A
The Jets take
41-yard
over
punt there
1st
with
and
no
10.
return.
At
And
their
out will
own
come the
41-yard
offense as they
line.
take over. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always
Chubb,
talk
the
about
ball carrier.
getting into the zone, and all
Intended
athletes are
for
seeking
Nick
that, aren't
Chubb.
they? Where
Incomplete.
everything is working for them, every
It's now
move they
2nd
make
down.
works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. He'll pitch it back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down
Nick
to the
Chubb on the
29-yard
carry.
line.
He
22
was brought
yards
down
there,
by
a first
Devontae
down.
Casey.
That one complete. He finds Shark. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Sacked. The sack occurred.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These
safety.
plays, these safeties, are so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
So don't say nothing.
A give. This is Chubb. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be brought down at about the 42.
The handoff to Nick Chubb.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ready up, the 8 is the mic. Go 58's the mic.
Stop your whining.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Hey, watch the lane.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I got wide.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, no!
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
58's the mic.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
He's got it, and it's now 23-14. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. It got his man complete.
You gonna like this?
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Gardner Minshew. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him now.
They do. They've got to.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Number 25.
Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go to Johnson again. Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. And it's scooped now. A loose football. The ball comes out. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short.
Number 24,
nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He's taken down
offensive
at the 33-yard line.
Creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Jets.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game, and there was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Pull it together.
Now Minshew. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked.
Pass.
Second down.
Intended for Blake Jarwin.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Johnson, the ball
They certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Minshew sacked.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And now the Chiefs will bring the offense onto the field as they'll go for 2 here.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Minshew sets to throw. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good.
They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone.
Cut! Mike,
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
The 30-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a third, and is that one officially a loss of 1? And he's going to have the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll look to throw here on first down. And going deep for Hill. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on
third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10.
14-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
The ball carrier.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Minshew. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That's good.
Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 24-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second and 12, Minshew, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
On fourth down, Minshew. Now this is incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
At the 23
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete
on the coverage.
He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Alert! Mike's 50, Mike's 50!
6-man.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Cole Beasley.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
The pass.
Some collective exhales over
Complete
there on the
to number
sideline. A
5.
big pickup through the air on
First and
fourth
goal,
down to
New
bring
York.
up first and goal. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Brought down
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming
Brings
up.
Second and goal.
Watch the slats. Watch the slat.
Mark's 50, Mark's 50, Mark's 50.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy.
They'll give it to Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
And he's into the end zone.
Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown, Jets. Nick Chubb taking it in. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can
good.
talk about. His
the
ability
score
to do
Jets
everything
45.
leaves him on the
Chiefs
field on
20.
every down on offense because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this
The
will
Chiefs
not
take
be
over
returned.
first
It'll
and
come
10
out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now back out comes the offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Here we go, 57.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
57, Mike, 57. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, check, Mike.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He gets it left side of Johnson. 7 yards to pick up there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
57's the mic. Watch 57. All day, just like that. Just like that. 57's the mic.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him the first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard
2nd and 5
line.
after the 5-yard completion on first down.
2nd and 5.
It'll be Minshew again. And his throw is incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Johnson.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Terry McLaurin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard
lining up
football.
for the point
Sometimes just
after.
understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when
kick
contested.
is good.
Looks like that one worked out pretty well.
The
The trust
score,
factor
Jets
in effect.
45.
Bailey got the extra point, so still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So
Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, it becomes more and more of a target for the defense.
That's our ball, baby. That's our ball. Yeah!
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
50's the mic. It's a party now.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First down.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
There he goes inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
That ball gets knocked free, and a teammate comes along and scoops it up.
Keep playing hard.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Nick
A
Chubb
5-yard touchdown run.
Touchdown,
and the
New
fumble
York.
recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets.
Graham Gano on for
And
the
that
extra
rushing
point.
touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
His kick
And we
is
all know
good.
he would love to get to that record
Makes the score
and even
Jets
beyond
52.
it. But he doesn't need
Chiefs
to in order
27.
to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
Hey, time. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. On the ball. Check.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Minshew's
Too tough to hold on to that one. It's
intended
second
for
down.
Terry McLaurin.
An incomplete pass
Incomplete.
leads to second and 10 from
It's
the
now
25.
second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of
Minshew's
force
pass.
bearing down on him there. He could
Intended
not
for
hang on.
Deontay
It's third
Johnson.
down. So
Incomplete.
back-to-back incompletions, and that
Coverage
has him staring
defensively
at
by
a
Jeff
third and 10.
Okuda.
I'm coming after you.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Godwin. 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
They are not ready for us.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown.
New York.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
That's good.
And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Mike 57. Send the toe.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Single receiver, single receiver. Over there, single receiver.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
For Terry McLaurin.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.